Hey, how are you?
Members of the board, CEO, staff, members of the media. I think this afternoon is a very important afternoon, an important day. And I think it reflects the commitment not only by the board of the ATS, but also a very important commitment by the coalition government. When we started our tenure as a government under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, we said very clearly that we believe in partnerships. We believe in the resilience of our people. We believe in working with the various stakeholders, and including members of the union movement in this country, because we seriously believed, and we are practicing that only through those kind of partnership that we can look the future with certainty and with prospects. We all know how painful the COVID pandemic experience was to the whole country, but more importantly, to our families and in particular our workers. Air terminal services, one of Fiji's key gateway institutions and a proud national identity and a proud national model, was the first to feel the brunt of what happened, because when borders were closed, flights were suspended or stopped, there was no work, and the families and workers, for them it was heartbreaking. And it was a reality that many of them faced with termination of their employment. And it was understood, the ATS recorded a loss of 2.77 million in 2020 and 4.23 million in 2021, resulting in an accumulated loss of 7 million, the largest in ATS's history. And this was not just an isolated case. Many companies, businesses around the world faced very difficult times. And in this difficult time, ATS was forced into somewhat uncharted territory. And the result of that, of course, was thousands of workers, families, and those who depended on them lost their livelihood, their income, their jobs. And today's announcement really is about not forgetting that struggle of those families, those workers. I know the ATS during a time operated on a skeletal workforce. May not have been easy for those who were holding the fort. There are many challenges, but I think the resilience of our people and those who were there helped the company recover very quickly when tourism bounced back. Again, as a government, we said very early, and even before the election, some of us who formed the government said very clearly about what we wanted to do by the workers of this country. We haven't finished everything, but we've made some significant progress, not only in terms of restoring the rights of our workers, our union movement. We have settled the long Batukola gold mine strike, and thanks to the leadership of the union movement and the General Secretary of the Fiji Trade Union Congress, Mr. Felix Anthony. I want to acknowledge him again for his role in settling that long-held dispute. In 2022, ATS posted a record profit of 11 million. In 2023, that figure grew even stronger to 16 million. And these numbers are not just profits. They are proof of resilience, proof of commitment, and proof of the hardworking people behind the ATS name. And also, I acknowledge the chair and the board and the CEO. So, while we celebrate this resurgence, we must also reflect on the human cost that made such survival possible. And the decisions, as I said earlier, taken during COVID were painful. They may have been necessary at that time, but these things do leave emotional and financial wounds that cannot easily be rescued or filled. And that is precisely the reason that we are gathered here today. And I'm very pleased to announce that under our government, coalition government's leadership, and under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, we are now able to, and we are very happy to do what is right. So today we announce one, payment of 1.5 years gross base pay to reinstated employees. 2, ex gratia payment of $5,000 gross to each of the 4 medically unfit employees. 3, ex gratia payment of $5,000 gross to each of the 61 retirees and voluntary early retirees. 4, pro rata ex gratia payments to contracted employees, and these are as follows. 8,000 gross each for those terminated and rejoined before 31st December 2021. And second, 6,000 each for those terminated and rejoined from 1st January 2022 to 31st December 2022. So, in terms of the financial cost to the company, reinstated employees, number of workers, 176, $4.327844 million. 2 medical cases, 4, 22,200. 3 retirees and voluntary early retirees, 61, $338,550. And the last one, contracted employees, 157, $1.394160 million. A total of $6,082,754. This compensation, in my view, is more than a payout. It is a gesture of recognition of the difficulties, the pain and suffering that many of these employees, their families and their children had to endure. And it's also a recognition of our government's approach to making sure that those who suffered out of the circumstances beyond anyone's control, but also those who suffered under conditions which were created by those who were in charge at that time. So as a government, we believe in fairness, and we believe strongly standing behind the people, especially in times of adversity. Once again, I want to take this opportunity, Chair, to thank you, management, board as a whole, staff of ATS, and all those who returned and made this company or brought this company back on its feet. And in fact, you were doing very well. All I can say today is the government is fully behind ATS and its growth and its plans. We are excited to see some of the new developments, including the plans for a new model in-flight catering center. This facility will position ATS to serve our national airlines and global partners with world-class efficiency and excellence. And I must say that our national airline, Fiji Airways, under the new board and the CEO are doing an excellent job as well. The government fully supports ATS aspirations for sustainability and will ensure that it maintains its current strategic location with a secured and renewed lease. I'm also very pleased to mention that ATS has maintained an on-time performance of 98.9%, well above the industry standard. Last year, ATS had handled a total of 8,737 flights, marking an 8% growth compared to 2023. ATS produced 2,179,383 meals in 2024. Very important. When you're traveling by the airline, reflecting a 7% increase compared to the previous year. So these are some very important milestones and achievements of the ATS in the last 2 years. And we are looking forward to 2025 as a bumper year as well. But once again, let me say how pleased we are as a government, and I know that that joy is also shared by the board, the management and staff of ATS, that we've been able to get this reprieve, compensation, goodwill gesture, whatever you might want to call it, to those who faced difficult period and difficult times during COVID. So thank you once again, and I congratulate the board, the chair, the management and staff for getting this done. And on behalf of the government, as I said, we are very pleased with this outcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Biman Prasad. Just in terms of a refresher, the outcome of this is basically from the MOU we had signed in early to mid-2023 when the new government came in place and the new board. The mandate was to get the terminated workers back. One of the conditions was, at that point in time, the company was trying to recover, was still actively having losses. So we had a small amount of payouts done then, but part of the deal was that we'll look into this as we went along and the company was recovering. So the timing of this payout is an announcement is mainly because in the last 2 years, the company has done significantly well and we have recovered from those 2 years of losses, and it was timely that about time the workers got their dues. It was quite an interesting discussion. It wasn't easy coming to this decision. I would specifically thank the management under the leadership of the CEO, FASA as well, actively liaising with the management on this and coming to numerous agreements, disagreements. It was not an easy journey. Thanks to the board and the support, because again, as a board, we wanted to make a decision that didn't put the company in a difficult financial state as well, but at the same time reward the workers what they were due. So just thanking each and every one of you who came to the table for this and ensuring that the workers got what they were entitled to. So thank you very much. And to the support of the government and our line minister, thanks for your patience on this one. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.